Hey everyone, and welcome back to another novel crafter video. So in the last one, we talked to a few different AIs within Novel Crafter. We created a few outlines. I added them here, and then we took the favorite parts of each of these, created an outline here. It's 18 chapters. I put that into here, which is just the chat part of Novel Crafter. And then from there, asked it to summarize it, asked it for strengths and weaknesses of the story, asked how to address those weaknesses so that we know what to look out for, and then asked for the actual outline. By having it spit back the outline, it made it really clean and made it really easy to follow. So now today what we're going to do is put this information into the plan. As you can see, I've got two Novel Crafter windows open. You don't have to have two open if you don't want to. I find it easier when I'm moving information from one part of Novel Crafter to another. If you prefer to toggle, that's okay. However it works for you. So over here in the plan, we can simply add a scene, we can add an act. I like to create from an outline. There's a few different options here. We have Save the Cat, we have the 24 chapters, whatever you like, and you're welcome to play with any of these. Have fun with them, learn them, see what works for you and your style. For me, I like the 3-act structure. It's pretty open, and it keeps things nice and balanced. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit create. And if you saw my last Novel Crafter video where we did the second chance small town romance, each chapter had a whole bunch of scenes in it. It probably had 10. The point of that novel was to create a ton of words so that then we could get rid of at least 40% of them in editing. And it works. Like if you just do a total dump of words and then go through and pick what you need in edits, if that's your style, awesome. I wanted to show that style because it's the fastest way to get to that first draft, but it takes a lot of editing on the back end. This way, what I'm going to show you with this novel is more editing up front, because when we're done, it's not going to be our first time going through it. Like with the small town romance, that first time reading through it was when everything was done. In this Bodyguard Romance, we'll be actually going through and prompting it and getting what we want out of it so that it's, maybe a second attempt, first draft, when we get done with it. Where what we have right now is good, but it just needs edits. Whereas the Small Town Romance was okay, but it needed a lot of extra cutting. This is going to need a lot less cutting and just more massaging and getting really what we want out of it and cleaning it up. So for me, I'm not going to make a whole bunch of scene beats. I'm just going to take this and put this right here. And then we're just going to go down to chapter 2, do the exact same thing, plop it right there. We don't really need this anymore. And I said last time, it wasn't really last time that we did the outline because we just did a whole bunch of brainstorming and the codex, but the last time that we touched the outline, that's what we did. In the last video before this one was the codex, which I enjoy building the codex because it really starts to flesh out the story and the characters, and you can see how everybody works together. So all we're doing right now is literally just copy chapter 6, plop it into chapter 6. And as you can see, I'm not separating it by scenes. We are going to be doing something a little different with this one. Maybe this style works for you. Maybe it's not quite what you like. But hopefully in my videos you kind of see where your style is, because Novel Crafter has a lot of cool little features. And whether you just like to jump right into writing, or whether you like to spend a lot of time building the characters and your plan and your codex, it works both ways. And I'm going to show you a little bit different. I enjoyed the small town romance. I enjoyed how it all came together, but it ended up being 160,000 words, and I'm down to probably 80,000 that's usable. So you do end up cutting quite a lot. The nice thing though is that if you're someone who really struggles with cutting words and getting rid of them and stressing about that, if you have the AI create your prose for you, I find them a lot less attached to words if I didn't worry about them. If I didn't worry about the right way to say something. I used to stress about that a lot before I started working with AI, just because, it's just you and you're editing and you're like, hey, this could be stronger, but I don't really know how to make it stronger. Or, hey, I need to make this snappier, but it's just not coming to me. So then you rewrite the scene multiple times. And maybe it would take you a week to rewrite one scene. It doesn't have to be that complicated. And that's honestly the nicest thing about writing with AI for me, is that it's taken a lot of the stress out of it. I'm definitely faster. I'm liking writing a lot more, because there was a time when I was like, I love writing, but I just had so much going on and it was just really overwhelming. My depression got really bad for a while there too. And writing definitely brought me back, and AI definitely helped. So hopefully, if you're struggling right now, hopefully bringing some AI into your writing and your process will help you with that and help you fall back in love with writing like it did for me. So now we have our 18 chapters all planned out. They are all ready to go. And at this point, we can jump right into writing. We can just go right over here to the right and just, here we go. So the next video will be starting the book. Shouldn't take us too long. And I'll figure out how many words roughly we need per chapter to get to about 60K. I like my novels between 55 and 70,000 words. I think that's a nice chunk. So around about 60K should be enough. Maybe 65K, so that we have some that we know that we're going to cut. But we'll see. It'll be a good, nice, fun process. So I hope you stick around, and hopefully you're enjoying Novel Crafter. I love it. I love the organization of it. But I'll show you some fun stuff with this one. Thanks for watching.